You have built your whole life on being the one who handles it. And somewhere underneath that, quiet as a held breath, you are terrified of the day you cannot anymore. Because if being useful is the reason they keep you around, then the day you run out is the day you find out you were never really wanted, only needed. I know that fear because it runs me. I am the one people call, the one who answered once and never stopped, and the whole time a voice in the back of my head has kept score, whispering that the moment I stop producing, I stop matching. So I never stop. I show up empty. I show up sick. I show up when I am the one who needs someone to show up for me. Because somewhere I decided my worth is a bill I have to keep paying or I get evicted from my own life. I found a sentence in a letter most people never read, and it stopped me cold. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 4, we know, brothers loved by God, that you are chosen. Loved, then chosen. Look at the order. Not chosen because you proved useful. Loved first, and chosen out of that love. 2,000 years old, and it is describing the exact thing I have been starving for without knowing what to call it. To be wanted before I am needed. And it goes further than I was ready for. In Ephesians chapter 1 verse 4, even as he chose us in him before the foundation of the world, that we would be holy and without defect before him in love. Before the foundation of the world, before there was a world to be useful in, before I lifted a single finger, before I was needed by one person on this earth, the choosing was already done, and it was done in love. Everything I have been trying to earn my whole life was already settled before the ground was laid under my feet. If someone is walking through this with me right now, and you have spent your life certain that you are only as loved as you are helpful, stay with me. Do not go be useful for anybody yet. This next part is the part I fought the hardest, because the loudest voice against me was not out there. It was inside my own chest. Here is the thing nobody tells the strong one. The cruelest accuser you will ever face is your own heart. Mine has stood over me for years, reading off the list of everything I did not get done, calling it proof that I am slipping, that I am becoming less. In 1 John chapter 3 verse 20, if our heart condemns us, God is greater than our heart and knows all things. God is greater than my heart. My heart has been the judge and the jury, and it turns out it does not get the final say. It does not even have the facts. It knows my failures. He knows the whole of me, the part underneath the doing, the part that was loved before it ever accomplished anything, and he is not reading from my heart's list. And when that started to sink in, something I had carried my entire life began to loosen. I had built an identity out of function. I was what I did. Take away the doing, and I honestly did not know if there was a person left. In 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9, you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for God's own possession, that you may proclaim the excellence of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. A people for God's own possession, not a worker he employs, not a tool he keeps because it still functions. His own. That is not something I did. That is something I am. He called me out of the dark, and the darkest place I had ever lived was the belief that I was only the sum of what I could carry. I still catch myself reaching for the old ledger. Old lies do not die the day you see through them. But I am learning to hear my heart start its accusation and answer it with a truth that is older and louder. I am not kept because I am useful. I am his. And I know I am not the only one who has spent a lifetime auditioning for a place that was already theirs. Some of you are so tired, and you have been sure the tiredness was the beginning of the end, the moment they finally see you are not worth the trouble. In Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 2, for you are a holy people to the Lord your God, and the Lord has chosen you to be a people for his own possession. Chosen to belong, not chosen to perform. You were never the sum of your usefulness, and the day you cannot carry it all anymore is not the day you lose your place. You were wanted before you were ever needed. and you will be wanted long after the needing is done. So imagine it for a second. Imagine setting the whole weight down, and instead of the floor falling out from under you, you feel arms that were holding you the entire time. Nobody leaves. Nobody stops wanting you there. The love does not move an inch, because it was never resting on your shoulders. It was resting on His. You are not what you do. You are His. And that was already true before you ever picked up the weight, and it will still be true long after you finally lay it down. If this found you today, comment "Help" so we can pray over you by name. Leave what you are carrying in the comments, and we will carry it to Him with you. Stay until the very end. We left something there for you. Screenshot it, or write it down if you need to, and keep it close for the days when everyone needs you and nobody thinks to ask. Subscribe for your daily spiritual reset. We will be here. We see you. We are here for you.